All right, Deadbeat, so do I have some stories for you here today? All right, so over the last 2 weeks, you notice I've not published any new videos. I got some good excuses here today, some good stories to go along with it. So first thing I did over the last 2 weeks is I went to New York for a mastermind group. I met Becker in person. That was pretty cool. Then I flew to San Diego for Traffic and Conversion Summit. I have so many things to share here today. Number 3, I got sick. As you notice here, I sound like I got a cold. I've been sick the last 5 days. Literally, I've done nothing but sleep. So it's kind of been a relief. I've been tired from all these hard 2 to 3 hour work days. So without further ado, let's jump in. I want to talk about all the little stories I have and hopefully help you decide whether or not going to networking events, meeting with other marketers is something that's something for you. I always kind of update my opinion about this over time. I want to get my updated thoughts here today and hopefully get my sick behind back into action. So let's do it. Here we go. All right, Deadbeat. So as you can tell, I'm hurting. The last 10 days, I've been super sick. Literally, I've never been this sick before in my life. So this usually happens whenever I travel. This has been the worst by far. So here's what I've been up to. Just want to give you guys an update, just so you know that like some people think I'm like dead or something. Here's what's been happening in the last 3 weeks. So while I've been kind of dark on my YouTube channel, I've been doing online business stuff on the behind the scenes here. So first thing I did, this was in New York City. This was about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Obviously, like I'm recovering still to this point. So, New York City, I went there for a mastermind group. A lot of high-level people here. I'm glad I went to this. So, I met Becker there. Overall, like I went in thinking he'd be like the arrogant douchebag guy that he is on YouTube. But I was like, so I went in and I was like, hey, what's going on, man? You know, like all postured up. But in real life, he's super chill. Super chill, nice dude. Very knowledgeable when it comes to internet marketing. He definitely knows his stuff. All in all, I enjoyed my time with everyone there. And while me and Alex were totally like competitors on YouTube here in a way, it's more of like a friendly competition. So it doesn't have that like Tanya Harding like smash the competitor's kneecaps in with a baseball bat type of malicious intent. Where I'm going with this overall, I like the dude. And enjoyed my time. I learned a lot at the group here. So that was New York. Also, here's another one. You can see you might see him on YouTube. Eamon Shai-Fi, I think is how you pronounce his name. He was pretty cool to hang around. Becker in the background there. So boom, there's that. So traveling from there, I flew to San Diego for Traffic and Conversion Summit. So by the way, guys, this is going to lead into something here. The people in this group, the mastermind group, everyone's making crazy money. What I found about most of the people here, there were a couple people that weren't, but most of the people here, easy to relate to and like humble and not kind of like in their own like world type of person. So it's funny, and we'll see why this is funny in a minute. So from there, the mastermind group was about 30 to 40 people. Everyone really doing well, killing it. Everyone nice, fun to hang around. Now, flying to San Diego, different experience. And while Frank Kern, I really like Frank Kern. If you've been in the industry, you probably know Frank Kern. He's one of the dudes that inspired me. Obviously, I was making money online way before the Frank Kern era, but I like Frank Kern. He's very tall. I expected him to be like 5'9". I'm like, dude, this guy's a freaking giant. So he's cool. He's kind of awkward, but he's cool. So I like Frank Kern a lot. He's cool. Let's see here. Here's me getting ready for like a little photo shoot. I got some cool little photos while I was there. Passed out, obviously. Deadbeat gets bored pretty quickly. So I got passed out there. Another one, a little bit too much fun at the Traffic Conversions is Joel Comp. If you know him, he's been around for a while, pretty well known in the business. Just way too much fun during the event. They're very tiring. So I'll talk more about that. Here's Matt and Joe Fear and Matt Wolf. We did a podcast together, I think it was last month. They said it was a record podcast. That was really cool. So I met them. David Gonzalez, if you guys are really involved in the space, you know him. He's the founder of Internet Marketing Party. It's basically this big like mastermind group that gets together at various locations across the U.S. I really like David. He's cool. Same with Desmond Ong. If you guys have been around for a while, I met Desmond. He was one of the first marketers I actually met in real life. Met him in New York City in 2009. Met him again in New York. So I actually hung out with him both in New York and San Diego. So there's Desmond there. Stefan Ciencio, he's coming up. He's doing pretty good on JV Zoo Space. That's us right there. This is Ryan Moran, if you guys know him. I always like Ryan. I consider him a friend. Known him since also 2009. He's pretty big on Facebook. Let's see here. Found this bad boy. Can't pass this up. So I found this awesome Lazy Boy chair. Like massages you and stuff. As soon as I saw it, I was like, man, imagine the kind of money I can make from this thing. All right, so I need to get that ASAP. That's on the to-do list right there. Woo. As you guys can tell, still hurting. It was a lot of fun. Here's Sean Connell. He runs Think Media. He has a pretty big YouTube channel. It's like 500,000 subscribers in the YouTube make video space. We did a video together. I'll post that pretty soon. We talked about that one was about how to make $10,000 a month as an Amazon affiliate on YouTube. So it'll be pretty cool. Post that soon. So here are my thoughts on these events. Everyone you saw in these pictures was pretty cool. I know everyone was relatable, humble. You know, they're not like the arrogant, like I'm better than you, superiority complex type people. Everyone in these pictures was super cool. That's why I posted it. Now, with that said, about half the people I met were freaking arrogant, and they kind of put a damper on the event there. So there's a certain type of person who they're either there are like two types of people that are arrogant for no reason, as kind of like a self-defense mechanism, or they saw some kind of success in the past and they're kind of living in the past, or they might be successful now, but you know, something that happens to some people, especially when they're younger. So what I've realized is that I just know when someone's super arrogant, they're probably not as successful as they present themselves to be. And the reason why I think this is true is because they're too busy like looking at their own self in the mirror, how great they are. They're not able to see the successes of others and kind of give validation to those. And because of that, they're not able to learn to the full extent. They always think that they know better, that their ways are better. And because of that, they tend to fall behind. I noticed a lot of people that had that personality. I'm like, dude, I just hung out in New York City with probably the top up-and-coming people in the space. And based off what you're telling me or the way that you're acting, you're obsolete. You're obsolete and you're not as good as you think you are. And just because of that, you're going to be hurting in like a couple of years. So there were a lot of those people, a lot of people hating on me, man. There were a lot of people like laughing at my robe and stuff when I was walking through. They're giving me these like, like that type of personality. I'm like, dude, you're a freaking employee for someone. You're getting paid to be here. There's a reason why you're there. I'm walking around doing whatever I want to do. So like get your ego under control. Maybe you could learn something. I don't know. It was just kind of that part of it annoyed me. Granted, I was walking around this event in a robe and stuff, but those are just my thoughts. I noticed by and large, the more successful people are easier to relate to. They're nicer and more humble. They're more like, you know, when you just talk to somebody and you know like they're in like a whole nother world. It's just like they're never as successful as they present themselves to be. So for me, all right, guys, here's my thoughts. Should you go to these events? Here's my updated thoughts. If you're a beginner, let's do like one of these little like sexy graphs here. So if you're a beginner and the event is near you, so like for example, this traffic and conversion summit was in San Diego. If you can get into the event for like all said and done for like $1,000 and you're a beginner, I'd recommend you do it. Why? Because you get to see that there are a lot of other people out there making money. Like it really helps to see. I know some people are skeptical when they start out. How many people are really making good money online? So this will give you that ability to see that. It helps spark your mind and just kind of give you that motivation. So if it's near you, you can get there cheap for like $1,000. I recommend that you go. Also, there are good talks and stuff. It's more for the beginner audience, but that can be valuable. So, beginner nearby, check. Now, if you're a beginner and you have to spend like $5,000 to get there, in some of these events, I totally spend that much, like $5,000 event. I calculated this out, by the way. The average cost to go to one of these is around $3,000 to $5,000 after it's all said and done. Time you get your food, travel, transportation, plane, ticket for the event, hotel room. That's the average spend. So keep that in mind. All right, so intermediate, if you're intermediate, these are people that are they have their own products. They don't have their own sources of traffic and they rely a lot on other people. If you're intermediate and you're willing to kiss ass and work your way up the food chain, go up the ladder, this might be valuable for you, but it's kind of super risky and not stable. So what I mean by that is there's a certain business model out there where it relies totally on getting affiliates to promote your stuff. So let's say you have a software in, let's just say it's a gambling software, right? So your software is a software product, you're in the gambling space, and you would go to these events and find other people in the gambling space and hopefully, convince them, become friends, so to speak, and do nice things and be fun and fake or whatever, and get them to promote your stuff. I never take the fake route, but a lot of people succeed at doing that. So that can work. People make a decent amount of money from that. You can make, you know, life-changing income, so to speak, but it's so fickle. It's so fickle. It depends on like what. Another problem is that like once you start rising up in these groups, so to speak, what will happen is like two people will like team up and kind of like try to badmouth you so that the other people will stop promoting you, so that you don't get a lead, so you don't get ahead. So that's an issue there. And it's always on the whims of what people think. So as far as I'm concerned, this is not a stable way to make money, but you can make money. So if you're intermediate, you can do that. You might find some value. Now for advanced people, I think I'm starting to get into this category here, category advanced. It's not really turning out to be beneficial for me. Basically, you know, people just want stuff from you. It's usually like a big ego match. I hate that type of stuff. So I'm probably not going to be doing these anytime in the near future, although I always say that and I'm going anyway. So I'm going to stay away. It's just, it throws me off my game too much. Like I went, and while half of it was valuable, it wasn't worth like 2 to 3 weeks of downtime. I'm just now like trying to get back into the swing of things. So those are just my thoughts, guys. I don't know where, I wasn't really going anywhere in particular with this video. Just hope maybe just give you guys an update what was going on. With all that said, I think I need to go take a nap, a long one. I'm just like burnt out, so like sick burnt out. So with that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share this video with your friends, and comment below. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'll see you guys later.